spectacle, a cavalcade of dancing lights trying to hype this crowd into a frenzy, and it's working because they know what a huge matchup is in store. Welcome to the home of the Ohio State Buckeyes, Columbus, Ohio, and the old horseshoe on the banks of the Olentangy. As we'll see, the winners of 3 straight, the UCLA Bruins, taking on a fellow Big Ten foe, the Ohio State Buckeyes. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. Will kick it away first. He'll take the return, try to get better field position. Makes a move. He just about popped that one for a long one, but as it is, he gives his team a lot of momentum with a solid return. So UCLA's offense is on the field for the first time today. We have got a tremendous matchup between these 2 running backs, both stars in their own right. David, both ready to make a huge impact.
I mean, how fun is it to have 2 guys, one on each side, when they have the football, like they can go the distance. Just dynamic speed, great vision. These defenses are in trouble because these guys can touch it a bunch of different ways, and Palmer, they can hit home runs from anywhere on the field.
And I think what makes them really unique too, David, is that they're very versatile guys. Both guys can run between the tackle box, they can take it outside, they can both catch the football as well. So, no doubt, the game plan for both offenses, feed the running back as many different ways as possible and just let him go to work.
Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Off the play fake. Trying to make magic with his feet. He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide. The Bruins want to pick up the tempo. Snap from the gun on 3rd down. Unloads to the wideout. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers and he couldn't hold on. And the Bruins will bring the punt team onto the field. A quick 3 and out, and they're already giving up the ball. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up the big return. So Ohio State's offense has its first opportunity of the day. And we've got a superb matchup to watch. One of the best quarterbacks in the country, and how much will he be willing to challenge one of the best corners in the land?
Well, and it's going to be more interesting to me, Jesse, do they let him make a play? Like, does he choose to go after him and believe in his ability and believe in his matchups, or do they stay away from him? Because a lot of people stay away from him. He's that good out wide that you don't want that smoke. And I'm interested to see, Jesse, if he has the onions to go after the corner and try to make plays.
Well, one thing we know about him for sure is he's a believer in his own arm talent. He's the kind of guy that thinks he can fit the football into the smallest windows, but you're right. He's got to pick his battles and be careful when he decides to attack this guy because he has picked off some really good quarterbacks in the past, and you know he's just licking his chops, hoping for a chance to go.
That had all the makings of bug meat windshield, but how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the first? Back to the ground game on the left. Has the first down marker and still running. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. The Buckeyes have this offense rolling. Looking to throw on 1st down. A strike downfield. Boy, did he look as if he was going to go. Gets it down to the 37. The Buckeyes will snap it on 1st and 10. One man in the backfield, and he gets it. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
I think throughout the week in practice, when they were game planning their opening script, I don't even know if they envisioned it going as well as it has. This has been beautiful. Nice balance, really nice rhythm. It feels like everything they're dialing up here on their first drive of the game is working to perfection.
Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have one remaining in the half. And the Buckeyes had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. He's got it on the run. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a first and goal. The Buckeyes, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. And he takes it in for a score. Touchdown, Ohio State.
What a luxury for an offense to have. The ability to set the tone on the ground, giving that guy the football time after time, making offense easy, being physical, and really setting the tone for this football game.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. UCLA will go back to work on offense. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Fired just a little too long as the junior frustrated he missed that connection. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. They'll run it from the gun. Breaks into the open. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. The Bruins want to crank the tempo. The Bruins moving the chains on the ground. They've had some great running backs there. Some have flown under the radar a little bit.
Yeah, guys like Jonathan Franklin. And listen, you can always...
Fires into traffic. It's picked off. Going the other way, and he's got room. That's 20. Touchdown, Buckeyes! What momentum you get when the defense comes up with a play like that.
And the defense sets the tone early in this football game. We're still in the first quarter, and this is looking like they're putting a complete game together. Offense scoring, defense scoring. Palmer, they're up 2 touchdowns already.
Yeah, you got to give this coaching staff credit. They have their guys ready to go, and this is what you call firing on all cylinders.
Game. Lining up to add another. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. On the move from inside his 5. Not a whole lot of room to operate on that return as the coverage unit was there and ready. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders. the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Past the sticks, and he may get more. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29.
And after giving up a long run defensively, they don't have a chance to substitute now. They've got to get ready to go because the offense is going tempo.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7.
Defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the sidelines, get it communicated, get lined up.
The give out of the gun. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Hang on, Swoopy. The Buckeye crowd alive on 3rd down. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down. And the Bruins send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He'll field the punt and see what he can get. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They put 2 touchdowns on the board in the early going and now right back to work. Throwing right. What a job to lay out and make the catch.
Man, I love those guys that are willing to put their body on the line, and he does it right here, man. Just lays out. That ball's coming in. You can see it from several yards out, making that play, laying out, keeping the football from touching the turf. Great concentration, great effort by the receiver.
Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd. The give is to Williams. Makes it past the mark. They make the tackle at the 36, but they're in plus territory now with the 15-yard pickup. The Buckeyes have it with a 1st and 10. They'll move the wide receiver. Looking downfield on 1st down. Quick strike complete. Oh, he's got some space. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll try the run. To the 10. He's all the way down to the 3. Showed it all on that run. What a first quarter for this offense. A chance to score again on 1st and goal. They'll move the tight end. Looking to throw. Caught in the backfield at screen. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State. These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead. And with the extra point, they're up 21-0. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Boys, expect the unexpected in college football, and for some, this update could fall under that category. Nebraska was able to come away with the win as they have so many times there in Lincoln, but not without a few bumps along the way. Man, nothing in college football is easy. Regardless the outcome today, guys, these are still 2 quality programs. Proof the sport is as healthy as ever.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. Got his man on the outside. Spins away from the defense. And it is well blocked as they pick up enough for a 1st down. The Bruins are in the hurry-up.
And that's why for the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw.
And here's a fumble way behind the line. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way. There he goes down the right side. Touchdown, Buckeyes. The defense putting points on the board.
Well, the defense defense is winning this game, and they are helping out their own cause. That's the second time they've recovered a fumble and taken it in for a touchdown. You know they're opportunistic, and they pride themselves on being athletic and being physical, but you can't. Mistakes against this unit, and it has absolutely killed this team early in this game.
And the extra point makes it 28-0. Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. The returner will field it and bring it back. He'll step out of bounds at the 16 and leave his offense with a long field in front. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. Wants to throw on first down. Fired just a little too long as the junior frustrated he missed that connection. Behind the chains now on second and long. Leaves it with the back. They shut it down quickly, but he gets two out to the 18.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles. And those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
They just have not been able to get this guy going. They've thrown it to him over and over again here in the first quarter, and QB and him just not able to link up. The defense knew that was where this guy was going to be looking, but these two, they've got to find a way to get on the same page.
Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. Final play of the quarter coming. He'll ride his man on the option. Gives it on the option. And he's going to wind up losing a couple of yards as time expires here in the first quarter. How about these two running games so far? Dominance on the ground as we look at the first quarter stats. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with second down. Back to pass. That's caught. It's Velasquez. Defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there. A chance to sort of put the defense on its heels if you convert a third and long. This one from the 44. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the catch. It's Velasquez. That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45. And the Buckeyes will have it first and 10. They'll go to the ground. Breaks the tackle. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop. 8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with second and short. Looking to fire. Caught near the sticks. It's Marks. He'll be pushed out of bounds at about the 33-yard line. The Buckeyes are moving quickly down the field. The give to the back. They make the stop as he gets it inside the 30 to the 28, a gain of 4. The margin for error is so small in this conference. It's really imperative to get off to a good start in Big Ten play.
Especially, Reese, since you're adding so much talent now to this conference. But yeah, year in and year out, you know the mainstays in this conference, but there's always some surprises, and I'll be interested to see how everybody starts off this season. Listen, this is your first opportunity, Palmer, in conference play, in a major conference, obviously in the Big Ten, to make your first statement.
And it's going to be taxing all season long for these players. Physically, obviously, you expect that in the Big Ten Conference. But now adding all those West Coast teams, these guys are going to be flying back and forth across the country a lot this year. They have to get off to a fast start today. That's what makes this game so critical.
Wide receiver comes in motion. To the ground with the back. How about that run as he drives it all the way down to the 13-yard line? The Buckeyes are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. On 3rd and short, trying to impose their will and move the chains. Touchdown, Ohio State! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the run from inside his own 5. And the returner will be dragged down. UCLA will go back to work on offense. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. He'll work his way up to the 24-yard line before being shoved out of bounds. And the Bruins in a good spot here with 2nd and short. He'll keep it himself. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle. Boy, could they use a conversion on 3rd and short from their own 24. They'll try to power their way ahead. And he converts on 3rd down as he gets it out to the 26. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. To the air on 1st down. Got it set up on the outside. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there. Still plenty of ground to cover for the 1st down. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play. offense tries to get off the field. Got enough for the first, and he's still going. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now, listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Pulls it, fires to the left. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
Defense, man, it helps you a lot, man. You can be a linebacker or a corner or safety, anybody, and you see the QB throw the football. Now I can break on the football right away and limit gains like right here on this play.
They've been very good at moving the chains on 3rd down. 2 for 2 on this drive. This time they need 6. Makes the grab along the sidelines, and they get enough for the first down.
Yeah, and the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
He'll pull it on the read. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Let's see what they've dialed up on 3rd and long from the 22. From the gun, wants to pass. Bringing the heat. And that one was way too far for anybody to catch, except ticket holders.
It just looks to me like the offense is starting to get a little bit impatient, right, guys? They haven't scored in this game yet, and all of a sudden now they're taking shots down the field and they're trying to make it happen. But the defense, they have been lights out. They force another incompletion.
Never a doubt. Let's not say they cut into the deficit with that field goal. Maybe just, I don't know, tweaked a little bit of it away with their fingernail. After putting up a 3-spot, the kickoff unit set to go. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They've been the height of efficiency here in the first half, David. You've got to think they're going to try to click it right down the field here.
When you're looking at your playbook and it's worked so well in the first half, I'm going to continue to do what I've been doing, Palmer, because it's been all gas.
Pollock, that's right. Strike while the...
Looking deep down the right side. Picked it off, and this defense really needed something to go right. Not a lot on the return, but they can live with that as they've got it at the 49.
And they'll take over.
And what a great job by the defense that time. Cover 1, man coverage. And did you see how everybody was impressed? When you press receivers, you disrupt their timing. You get your hands on them at the line of scrimmage. You jam them. And it completely disrupts the quarterback and his thought process. And that time, that was a big reason that ball got INT.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Motion from the wideout. 2nd down, he'll throw it. The short hands, it's Dillon. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. The Bruins come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. In the gun and looking to throw on 3rd down. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down. They bring the punter onto the field now. 4th time tonight No return possible on this one. It goes out of bounds, and they'll mark it right around the 30-yard line. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. This has been an impressive first half, and Jesse, they'd love nothing better than to tack another one on before the break.
Why would they want to stop at this point? Everything they've dialed up, they've been able to execute throwing and running the football, Dave.
And how critical is it for this defense to get a stop?
Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
Man, another mistake by this. Listen, he is an elite quarterback. He's really, really good. He's pressing too much. Jesse, the #1 job of a quarterback, you better protect the football. I don't care how good you are, you better protect it.
Yeah, you just got to take what the defense is giving you, and I agree, David. It looks like right now he's trying to force the big play instead of just checking it down or throwing away. He's got to do a better job working through his progressions right now. He's got tons of talent. He's making bad decisions.
Firing to the right, complete. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. And the Bruins moving quickly to the line. On third down, he drops to throw. Rushes on him. Got his man. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half. The Bruins come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Wants to go up top on first down. Catch in the middle, it's Dillon. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Wants to fire on second down. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Had to throw it before he wanted. And the third down pass is incomplete. And the Bruins will send out the punt unit. They'll look to pin him deep. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. He wastes no time and comes out to throw it. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. The Bruins will boot it away to start the second half. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He only needs a sliver of daylight. He's got it out. Can they catch him? They won't get him. It's a touchdown.
We just went to half. We drew up all these adjustments and things we got to do differently to take advantage. How about the special teams coming out to start the second half and setting the tone? Taking the kick all the way back for 6. You don't draw it up any better than that.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Dynamite matchup this week, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Oklahoma State is up big right now in what's shaping up to be a blowout they'll be talking about in Stillwater for a long time. They're up by 18 over Tulsa. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. They'll open the second half on the ground. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And this offense on first down, man, they go backwards. And they built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
To the air on second down. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
I know the offense is down by a lot here in the second half. You just need one big play, though, to spark the offense, get the confidence going, and they may have found it right there in that completion. Good throw, good catch. Now we got to keep it going.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a baller.
This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football, and a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting him the football, letting him get some positive yards.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30. And the Bruins will punt it away on fourth down. We've seen a lot of the punt team 6 times tonight. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. Looking to throw on first down. He'll pull it down and run. And he gets out of there, he gets some yardage, and gets down without taking any punishment. They'll put it in play from the 40 on 1st and 10.
Well, I think you're starting to see some examples of why this guy is inexperienced in a freshman quarterback, right? Obviously, he's thrown a couple picks earlier in the game. That scramble right there, he's got to get down. He's got to take care of himself and slide. Great job, nice athleticism, good decision to take off scrambling and help his offense, but you really are seeing his inexperience shine through here in this game.
They go to the wide receiver screen. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He'll try to do it himself. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18.
And he's just proving it time and time again, man. He has that feel. He obviously has the ability to pick up and put him down and go get first downs, but I think the timing of when to scramble and when not.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And they take it in for 6 more points. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead.
And I think he does a really good job here. Dropping back to pass, surveying the field, sees he's got some open space out wide, dump it to your playmaker. The running back takes the football. He does the rest. Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the field, making a play.
They want to run it left here.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Back to pass. Makes the grab. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Finds his man. It's Ford.
The thing I like about this slot receiver, he's really intentional in his route run. The quarterback always knows exactly where he's going to be on the field. They've got great chemistry.
The Bruins come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. From the 36, a 3rd down, and you wonder if they're willing to take 2 plays to get the first. They'll run the sneak for it.
Man, I like the call. 3rd and inches. I feel like I can get a few inches. I just need to fall forward, but this defense more than ready for the quarterback sneak.
Now, I think as a play caller, that just makes you second-guess everything. You'd love to think you can just dial up QB sneak to pick up that first down. Now, you're probably going to have to hand it off to the big fella behind you to keep this drive going.
They spun that wheel of fortune on 4th down and come up bankrupt. play fake. Now to throw. Outside the pocket, lets it go. Finds a man on the right. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
There are a lot of offenses out there that would probably be a little bit more conservative when you've got a lead like this in the third quarter. But when you've got the playmakers these guys have at the skill positions throwing the football, you should keep airing it out. And that's exactly what they're doing now.
They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up.
Well, it's a nice job, too, of the quarterback after the play fake there, getting his eyes down the field. He had to get that to his tight end quickly, knowing he wasn't going to have a lot of space to run with after the catch.
Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Trying play action. Fires to the wideout. Connection to the right. Touchdown, Ohio State! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. This is like a baseball pitcher that can't miss. He is just pounding the strike zone.
Yeah, it just gets in the zone, right? You can't miss. You've seen quarterbacks get like that no matter what they do. They're on fire. They're hitting the receivers. And listen, that's also on the defense. The defense has to do a better job making him feel uncomfortable, changing what they're doing in coverage so he's a little bit confused. You can't just let him pick you apart.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. First play of the drive comes from the 22. They'll start this drive going to the air. He's going for a big play downfield. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
You don't get a lot of chances like that in games, guys. Take shots downfield, and when you get open, you got to finish the play. The wideout's going to wish he had that one.
He'll do it himself. Spins away from the defender. There he goes. At the 30. He's at the 10. Touchdown, UCLA. Once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching him.
Man, you've seen the evolution of the option, and you've seen the evolution with scrambling quarterbacks that can run and be so dynamic and just so much to defend. The quarterback says, forget that. You defend everything, I'll take it myself. In for 6.
UCLA 10.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Looking to throw on first down. Got his man to the left. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds. Marking at the 47-yard line, and this offense is going to work. Looking downfield on first down. Good timing on the quick out. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
And you could tell they set up the screen action, but how about the ability to adjust, right? I see what the defense is giving me. You gonna leave that open? Okay, I'm gonna take it right now.
Fires to the big fella. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. And the Buckeyes come to the line with a new set of downs. The hand to the running back. Got enough for the first down and wants more. They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the third period. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody, based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. Off play action on first down. Unleashes one. Wide open downfield. They get him down, but this offense is set up first and goal from the 9.
And it's so hard to be on the run and make an accurate throw. It's just very tough. Very few people can do it. Again, we see the freaks and we see the highlights all the time, but that's a tough thing to do. He made it look pretty easy.
Grabbed behind the line. It's Hill. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And they take it in for 6 more points. They tack a little more onto this lead, and they're on their way to a 3-0 start. A lot of glorious days in the history of the Buckeyes, and this might put this guy right at the top of the list for a single game.
And that list of names is incredible. Like, we could go down the list of so many guys that have been such great playmakers, so dynamic. So to think about putting yourself in that category, we're going to be talking about winning trophies and this guy being an All-American by season's end.
Coming out on first down with the play fake. Got his man downfield. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
From the 44-yard line, the offense snaps it on first down. Wants to throw on first down. Quickly out to the tight end. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
You just get the feeling this defense is going to make it hard on them, right? They've got the lead. It's late, and they're going to try to tackle everybody inbounds. Offense is going to have to really work for this and be smart. You got to attack the sidelines. You got to throw first downs. You got to keep this thing moving vertically down the field.
They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To the air on first down. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48.
When you're on defense and you get to play outside linebacker, it's about as good as it gets, right? I get to rush the passer just like this and put him on the ground. Then I get to cover in space. I get to move all over the place. Great job by the outside linebacker. The most fun position to play in college football.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
It'll be third and long. Out of the gun to give to the back. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. And the Bruins will try to pin them back with the punt. Here's the return. Ripping through the defense. And another broken tackle. He'll get it to about the 25 before they put a stop to the return. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Oh, a lot of space. He's got the first down, and they did a brilliant job getting them out flanked with the Wildcat. The Buckeyes, after exploding for that huge run, back to work, making side adjustments here. Sends it back in motion. Toss sweep to the right. He's in open space downfield. Turning it on. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Ohio State. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3.
Pure domination all game long for this offense. Whether they've been running the football, whether they've been throwing the football, critical down and distances, situationally all up and down the field. This defense has had no answer for these guys. What an impressive performance by the O.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
Gonna swing it on second down. They're working that left side.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes, too. He is a versatile back.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Going to try to get it himself. The freshman called his own number and kept this drive moving.
Really nice awareness that time by the quarterback. He knew exactly where he needed to get to pick up the first down. He's scrambling on that play, and there are a lot of guys out there that would slide, that would try to run out of bounds, protect themselves, but that was really tough what he did. He put his body on the line to go pick up that first.
He stopped again, and he's had a busy night, if not necessarily a productive one so far. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. But a little time, lets it go.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops. Just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. The Bruins decide to punt it away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one.
Returner is brought down.
Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Sweet throw and catch along the sideline. It's enough for the first down.
The big fella, the tight end, the wide receiver in a tight end's body going up and making the catch.
Quarterback keeps it. The ball is loose. Got enough for the first down. He's dragged down to the ground, but what a play there. Scoops up the loose football and moves the chains. The Buckeyes, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Now on 2nd down. They'll power it inside with the fullback. And he was able to run through one tackle, but still only a modest gain. And the Buckeyes come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. They'll stick to the ground, looking for the marker. Headed to the end zone. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
And with that touchdown, man, you're getting excited. As a fan base, you're about to go to 3-0. Like, a lot of things could go wrong to start a season. Everything gone right. That's a great sign for this squad. They got it rolling. Can they keep that momentum, keep climbing up the rankings, and who knows what happens at the end of the year.
On the move from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. Going right to work up top. And it's incomplete, deflected, knocked away by the D.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee and go into the locker room with your tail between your legs. I like the fighting spirit, just not enough of that today.
Throws to the wideout. Just a little bit too much juice on that one as the freshman was taking a shot.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback and this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great...
Lofts one high and deep. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down. And the Bruins line up to punt it away. And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he stopped. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They're in command of this game. Now let's see if they try had to rub a little salt in the wound or happy with getting the W?
Yeah, and listen, this makes the post-game handshake fun sometimes. If you do choose to rub a little salt in and keep chucking it and keep scoring, I'm here for it, Jesse. Like, your job is to score points. It's my job to stop it. Keep the foot to the accelerator. Keep trying to play ball.
I agree 1,000%. That's like Steve Spurrier back in the day when I was playing for the Gators. You go and play for him because you want the opportunity to throw the ball. So when you get in the game late, you're not handing it off. We were beating Central Michigan by 80-something points. He was still letting us throw the football. It's the defense's job to stop.
Using his feet. Crosses the 45. He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to be enough to put them in victory formation for the rest of this one. They get the timeout called, 11 seconds remaining to play. The Buckeyes with the 1st and 10. Wide receiver going in motion. Little touch pass to the receiver. Breaks into the open. He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to do it. They ought to be able to run out the clock from here. Timeout on the field and 4 ticks left to go. One more play to pad the stats. Here we go. Off the play fake on first down. The pass is incomplete. And 1 second is left.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
Power football with the run. And on that short gain, that will bring us to the end of this game. This is what an elite team does. They know they're better. They go out. They take the figurative sledgehammer and hit them right between the eyes.
And they just look good in every phase of the game. If I'm on the coaching staff, I don't know what you could ask for your guys to do better. I think the challenge now for this team is going out next week and trying to play with the same type of intensity and the same level of execution.
Well, Jesse, it's easy to look good on the field when you look that good in your unit. Like when you look that good coming off the bus. Those dudes are good. This is a great team, and they proved it. Just domination from start to finish.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.